Good evening and welcome to this our Thursday night practice of mindfulness. Hi Rachel, good to see you. Favourite part of the day. It's lovely time to tune in to what's here. And I noticed I'd had a really busy minded day today, a real heady, mind wearing day, lots to do, lots to plan. And I did a mindful movement practice just before we went out to clap for the carers at 8, and it just made me realise of the huge benefit of mindfulness in my life. And that's the reason I love to share it, because it really is a huge support. I was getting tied up in all sorts of busy thinking, and then just to really bring the attention into the body and movement was a real opportunity to really feel like my head was back on my shoulders. So it's a pleasure to share these practices with everybody. So whether you're brand new to mindfulness meditation, or whether you've done an 8-week course already, as I know some of you have, or meditated in some way over the years, very warm-hearted welcome to everybody. If you're celebrating birthdays or any kinds of celebrations today, then massive virtual hug out to you all. And just really appreciating the wondrous people that are all of the essential workers keeping us safe and keeping us going at the moment. So a huge warm thank you to you all. So if you're ready to start the practice, then just inviting you to, as the instruction says, just find somewhere to really allow the body to come to stillness. So this could be on your settee, your couch, it could be on a rug, on the floor, blankets on the floor, it could be on your bed, and just really take in the opportunity to allow yourself to fall awake rather than to fall asleep, unless you're really exhausted, which these tricky times can make us feel ever so tired. So if it's sleep you need, then really allowing the body to rest on the bed. And if you do fall off to sleep, then just gently joining back in with the guidance once you wake up again. So if you're lying down, then just allowing a sense of the body as a whole laying here to be in your awareness. So allowing the feet to flop outwards, really loosening off through the feet, just allowing the body to really loosen off as you lay here. You can sit for the body scan, but actually sometimes it's really good just to let the body go and lay down. You can pop a cushion under the legs, under the head for more comfort. Allowing the body to feel rested, the palms facing upwards with the hands and arms down by the sides of the body. And then just tucking the chin in slightly just to protect the back of the neck. And so in this body scan mindfulness meditation, we'll be taking our attention to different parts of the body, tuning into various different parts, body parts, and just noticing what you find. Allow yourself to be surprised by what you might find when your attention lands here. And even if you've done this body scan practice 100 times or more, even more so inviting you to bring this sense of beginner's mind and this attention, really noticing what's here to be noticed. So arriving here exactly as you are, meeting yourself in whichever way you are. You could be feeling already quite relaxed, or perhaps you've had a tense day, maybe been a bit overwhelmed with the prospect of change approaching. I noticed myself there were gurglings of conversation around perhaps introducing some more kind of socialising, and just noticing how this feels, this excitement or maybe resentment if you've got used to living your lives in this quieter way. So just noticing whatever's here to be noticed as the whole of the body is bathed in awareness and stillness, lying here, nowhere to go and nothing to do, just to simply lay here on the surface. And now, as best as you can, bringing your awareness to a sense of the body in contact with either the bed or the floor, and inviting you to really sense into the contact, the heels in contact with the bed, the ground. What's the quality of this contact? Really being curious about it. Not just perhaps, oh yeah, heels on the bed, really sensing into the contact. And scanning up the legs and the torso, the whole of the flat of the back in contact with the bed or the floor. Shoulders, the arms and the backs of the hands and the back of the head. So sensing the whole of the body here in contact with the surface on which you're lying, with a sense of the weight of the body going down. A real sense of this heaviness of the body as you lay here moment by moment. And inviting you to take an in-breath, and on the out-breath just seeing if it's able to just let your body go a little bit looser, a little bit heavier into the surface on which you're laying. Taking an intentional in-breath, and on the out-breath just really allowing the body to loosen and soften and become heavier and sink deeper into the surface on which you're laying. And then just returning to the natural flow of breath. Breath, breathing the body, laying here in awareness and stillness. Really sensing this comfort of the support, and there's no need to try too hard to feel supported, you're already being supported. And so the breath can just breathe naturally, breathing into and out from the body. This body that's being well supported without any effort. And inviting you to tune in to the breath sensations. The rising and falling of the front of the body with each in-breath and each out-breath. So really sensing this in-breath for the full duration, and the out-breath for the full duration. The start of the in-breath, turning around where the in-breath becomes the out-breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And perhaps just scanning the body as you breathe, just noticing any echoes of tension still in the body, maybe in the shoulders, the back, or the face or the head, wherever you notice any small kinds of tension that you're still holding on to from the day. And on each out breath, just allowing this to fade a little if possible. Just softening on each out breath if this is okay. The softness of the front of the body as the breath breathes in and out from the body. Really tuning your awareness to a sense of this movement, the breath movement in the body. Riding on the breath sensations, if you like. Surfing the waves of the breath. Each in-breath followed by the out-breath. And then just allowing breathing to take to the wings, if you like, of the stage, center stage of your awareness. And bringing the attention now to a sense of the feet, down to the toes of both feet. Giving the toes a wiggle if this helps to just bring the attention down there. All the way down from the thinking, busy mind, right down into the feet and the toes of both feet. From the little toes all the way up to the big toes. And if you're just joining, just making yourselves really comfortable as you can on your bed or a mat on the ground, and just allowing the body to come to stillness and bringing the awareness down to both feet. The toes, the spaces between the toes. The soles of the feet. Really sensing and feeling the feet from the insides. The balls of the feet. The sides of the feet. How are these feet in this moment as the attention arrives here? The heels in contact with the ground or the bed. And then greeting the feet like old friends. These companions that walk us through life, helping us to dance, drive, walk to do our work or school or whatever it is. So greeting these feet as good old friends with warmth. How are these feet doing in this moment? Tuning into any and all sensations as you find them in this moment. Right here in the feet. And then just playing around with the next few breaths and inviting you to take an in-breath. Following the breath as it journeys all the way in through the nostrils and down through the body and all the way down into the toes of both feet. Pausing here with the breath before the breath turns around and journeys out on the out-breath. So inviting you to breathe in this way, breathing right into the body and down to the feet and back out again for the next few breaths in your own time. Allowing the breath to soothe and bathe the body in stillness and awareness. Each breath is a new breath. And then on the very next out breath, just allowing the attention to fade from the feet now. As you tune your awareness into the ankle joints, these bony little joints, the structures that help our feet to bend and stretch, walk and sit. What's here to be noticed as the attention arrives here in the ankle bones and joints, the mechanics of the feet? Expanding the awareness to the tendons attached to the heels, the calf muscles in contact with the bed or the floor. Really sensing into the muscles. If you've been doing a lot of walking or running and the muscles might be quite tight, you may not notice anything at all. It might be quite difficult to even sense into the calves in contact with the bed or the ground, and this is absolutely fine. No need to try too hard at all. Just simply notice what's here to be noticed. Maybe pleasant sensations or unpleasant sensations or nothing. It's not a problem. However you find the parts of the body on which we're resting at the moment with our attention. Bringing awareness to the shins at the front of the legs and any contact with clothing or blankets. Any temperatures of warmth or coolness. And let's include the knees as well, the knee joints. These structures which help us to climb stairs, ride bikes, dance, exercise. What's here to be noticed as the attention arrives in the knees? And inviting you to greet these lower legs as good old faithful companions as they are. These legs which do so much for us. Maybe not as much as they used to be able to do, so just being grateful for everything they've done so far. Even with their imperfections. And then inviting you for the next few breaths to play around with, really inviting the breath to journey in through the nostrils and travel down through the body and into the lower legs of both legs. Breathing into and out from the lower legs with each breath, and each out breath letting go. Breathing in all the way down into both lower legs. The breath turns around and journeys out again. And when you're ready on the next out breath, just allowing the lower legs to fade into the background. Fading the attention. As you bring awareness now to the tops of the legs, both legs, left and right. The thigh bones, the muscles, the quads at the front, hamstrings at the back, the inner thighs and outer thighs. Just really tuning your awareness into the tops of the legs and any sensations which might be present. Notice if there's any tension, any holding, any tightening of the muscles, and if so, on the out breath, just allowing the muscles to let go, to loosen, to soften, relax and soften. Nowhere to go and nothing to achieve, just to bring awareness as best as you can to the tops of the legs in this moment. And notice if you're getting caught up in any thinking. Where is the mind in this moment? Maybe wandered off, and that's absolutely fine. This is just what minds do. Wander off, here and there, to distraction, to busyness, planning or worrying. Nothing wrong with that at all. This is the nature of the mind. We notice this and then we gently escort the attention back to the upper legs in this moment. As you lie here, bathed in awareness and stillness, with awareness to the tops of the legs. Notice any kind of feelings or emotions around at the moment. Perhaps noticing if you're holding any tension in the body with the emotion. What's here to be noticed? And then just simply bringing the awareness to the direct experience of the upper legs in this moment. And then taking an intentional breath in now and following the breath as it journeys in through the nostrils and down into the tops of both legs. Filling the tops of the legs with the breath and following the breath as it journeys back out again. Just allow the attention to follow the breath for the full duration of the in-breath and the full duration of the out-breath. Greeting these tops of the legs as old friends as the breath arrives into the tops of the legs and then journeys back out again. And on the next out breath, just allowing the tops of the legs now to fade. Fade from center stage of your awareness. As you bring your awareness now to the pelvic region. The right hip. Really exploring the right hip and the pelvic region with your attention. What's here to be felt, sensed, noticed? The buttocks in contact with the surface. Really tuning into the contact, the quality of the contact. Sense of heaviness perhaps, of rest. And tuning into the left hip. The organs in this region. And then expanding out of the pelvic region to the lower back. How is the lower back doing in this moment? Really sensing from the inside, if you like, this lower back that takes an awful lot of strain. Whether you have a manual job or a sitting in the chair kind of job. Tending to the garden, whatever you do. Just really notice how this lower back is in this moment. Just allowing your attention to really come up close to the sensations in the lower back. And then journeying on up the spine. Vertebra by vertebra. The flat of the back in contact. Until you reach the shoulders. The shoulder blades, the tops of the shoulders, just seeing if it's possible to let any tension dissolve in your mind's eye as the attention arrives here in the shoulders. The tops of the shoulders and continuing to the fronts of the shoulders, collarbones, the breastbone, the muscles and tissues in this region, the rib cage protecting the vital organs, the lungs expanding and deflating with each in-breath and each out-breath. The rising and falling of the rib cage with each in-breath and each out-breath. Is there an opportunity to really sense the heart beating? This wonderful heart which pumps around the body, keeping us alive moment by moment. And then following the attention to the diaphragm and into the lower abdomen. I'm really sensing into the sense of the breath sensations here in the lower abdomen. Perhaps a little bit more purposefully, really stretching the belly on the in-breath. Releasing on the out-breath, the flattening of the belly. And noticing where the mind is. Where is the mind in this moment? Has it wandered off from awareness in the abdomen? And if so, where's it wandered off to? Maybe to thinking about something later, or perhaps remembering something from before. This is our kind of default setting, is to be wandering to the future or the past, and it's really helpful and supportive to bring the attention dropping into the present moment with the attention in the lower abdomen in this moment. And then on the next in-breath, inviting you to take a purposeful in-breath and filling the whole of the torso now with the breath, the whole of the breath. Soothing sense of breathing, filling the whole of the torso. Maybe greeting the whole of the torso like you would an old friend, a faithful friend. The breath journeying into and out from the torso in your own time. Perhaps a sense of letting go on the out-breath, even deeper into awareness, into stillness, into the surface on which you're lying. Breath by breath, and moment by moment. And on the next out breath, just following the breath as it journeys out of the body and letting go now of the whole of the torso. And allowing your attention to settle, if you will, in the back of the neck, the whole of the back of the neck, the throat, the whole of the face, softening the jaw, allowing the jaw to soften and the mouth open slightly if it's been tense and clenched together with tension. The inside of the mouth, the lips, the cheeks, the fleshy parts of the cheeks and the cheekbones. The eyes resting in the eye sockets. If the eyes are open, drinking in whatever there is to be seen. Colours and shades, shapes. And then journeying on to the forehead, the temples. Perhaps allowing a softness and a soft expression of a very gentle smile to appear on the face. To bring awareness to the scalp, the cranium, the skull protecting the brain, and the ears and any sounds which may be coming to the ears. Sounds from the outside, from other people who share the house or flat. birds singing the final song of the day. Really just noticing sound as it comes to the ears. Noticing whether some sounds are pleasant, familiar, unpleasant, or neither. Just a simple old sound coming to the ears. A sense of warmth and gratitude to the face, the head, the brain, the ears, all of the senses. As you breathe in on the next in-breath, just really allowing a sense of freshness and nourishment to be breathed into the whole of the back of the face, filling the entirety of the head. And letting go on the out-breath, letting be. As you bring awareness right down to the tips of the fingers, the nails, the thumbs, the spaces between the fingers, the backs of the hands in contact with the ground or the bed, the temperature in the palms, any sense of the air caressing the skin, cool breeze perhaps coming in through an open window, and scanning up to the wrists, the tiny little joints of the wrists. A real sense of appreciation for these hands which are being disinfected and anti-backed and having to wear plastic gloves more than ever before. So a real sense of appreciation and thankfulness to these wonderful hands of ours. And even if they're imperfect, just allowing a sense of appreciation for the hands and the wrists exactly as they are, exactly as we find them. Perhaps not able to do what the hands used to do, but just as best as you can, bringing gratitude to the hands. And following on to the lower arms, forearms, the elbows, the fronts and the backs of the elbows. We never usually pay particular attention to these joints unless we smack them on a wall or a chair or something. So really sensing into these elbows and then following on to the upper arms and to the armpits. And then taking an in-breath all the way in through the nostrils, all the way down the arms and right out into the fingertips of both fingers, both hands. Really allowing the arms and hands to be bathed in awareness. This nourishing breath. And breathing into and out from the fingertips just for a couple of breaths in this way. A sense of warmth and as if you would greeting your companion, your friend. These faithful companions, your hands and arms. And then letting go on the out-breath. And returning to a sense of the whole of the body lying here in this moment. Really allowing your awareness as best as you can to settle into the contact of the whole of the body, the weight of the body going down, fully supported. And if there's any tension still around in any parts of the body, just inviting you to take the breath to any of the regions of discomfort or tension. And just seeing if you can allow the breath to soften the edges of these kind of tight points. And just gently letting go on each out breath. So as you lie here with a sense of the whole of the body breathing in this moment, inviting you to start to consider ending the practice, or if it feels right for you to stay exactly as you are for as long as you need to, or care to, or have the time to. I'm really encouraging you to take some time out each day just to be with yourself fully in this way, and it can be really supportive to your well-being and health, promoting better quality sleep, slowing down the heart rate, lowering the blood pressure. And if you care to now, just starting to open your eyes. And if you're planning to stay there, then just stay as we gently bring the practice to its close. If you intend to move, then very, very slowly bringing movement back to the body. Very gentle movements. And expanding the awareness to take in a sense of the room, lighting, colour, texture. So yeah, just gently easing from the actual formal practice of mindfulness into the next moments of your evening if you're watching it at night, or the next moments of your day. And rather than bringing the practice to an abrupt end, maybe for the next few days till we meet again, just really playing around with the possibility of bringing this kind of awareness, as you've done in the formal body scan practice, to more moments of your day. Eventually it becomes one seamless meditation practice. The whole of life becomes the practice. The tasting of the cup of tea or coffee, the tasting of a biscuit or a piece of fruit, interacting with people, conversation, all of it becomes an opportunity for a mindfulness awareness practice. So thank you for joining in with the practice, the meditation, and there's many wonderful things online at the moment. Lots of lovely teachers are teaching mindfulness from the goodness of their hearts. So yeah, there's plenty out there. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll be back on Sunday evening, all being well, at 8 o'clock for a sitting practice. So yeah, go well, stay safe, and see you then. Bye for now.